All right, welcome back, trends lovers. So we had some issues. I can't tell you that I really like network. Everything just shut down. So now this live stream is going to be in two parts, but well, better than never. So let me just go right in. So welcome everyone. But for those of you that are going to be joining from this part of the live stream, you will have to watch the other one that shows 50 minutes first so you can follow the full story and understand, because we've already been there analyzing, reacting to this second interview that JD's ex nanny did with the blogger Madame Kim on Facebook. So if you watch the first part, you will understand. But for those that were here with me on the live, can actually catch up and understand where we stopped. But I'm not going to wait for people to kind of come back in, because now I don't know what's up with this. I don't know what's going on, why my this thing was shut down. So I'm just going to go straight into what we were listening to, and we'll just continue the reaction as usual. Okay. All right, so let's go straight into what we are listening to. Okay, so let's do this. Where were we here?
I didn't think I could save it because of how I grew up, but I think because of
Take the
how I
volume
grew up,
down,
I have training.
or you
Like
go
someone said,
inside.
AirPods are making my voice sound well. How? Really?
Yeah, sometimes when you put the AirPod, it echoes and it goes back. I wanted to say that, but people said they were hearing this. If you notice, the last time you were on, it was better than this one.
Okay, well, you can. Does this make a difference?
Okay, so I think at this point they're also having technical issues. They're trying to sort that out.
Yeah.
Can people
Okay,
hear Jeba or not?
But yeah, just knowing, just growing up with two narcissistic parents, I just know that's something where it's like impossible to win as a child, and I know that children.
Jeba, I'm like, I really have a question. If I was on this live stream, I would, when Madam Kim was doing this live stream, I would have asked Jeba, talking about growing up with two narcissistic parents, are they diagnosed, or it's just from her, reading and knowing the signs? Because really, at some point, some people, they don't need to be diagnosed. You just know that they check all the boxes and extra, and you just know that, okay, this person is in that, or this set of people are in that. But Jeba referring to her parents as narcissistic people, I'm wondering if they are really diagnosed, or it's because of what she went through.
In those situations, so the picture that Justin painted me, he implied that KORRA was a narcissist. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was concerned about that. I saw him being, displaying narcissistic traits. So I'm like, in a worst case scenario, because I've never met KORRA, I'm like, I don't know if what he's saying has any truth to it, but I know it is possible to have two narcissistic parents. And I'm like, in that case.
Welcome back, Julie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Liz. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, Queen. And welcome everyone that is here with me. Yes, I don't know what happened with the network. Everything just shut down. Normally, I would see a sign that yes, poor network or something, but everything just shut down automatically, just like that. And I was waiting, trying to, it knocked me totally out. Okay, so I had to go back in, trying to get this whole thing. I had to go and restart the modem and go through all those process just to see, I don't know where it was coming from. And then I was able to just come back and schedule a new live stream. So if you're just joining us, this is the second part of the reaction that we're doing, or the analyzing that we are doing. Jules, I hope you're well. It's getting so cold. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Like over here in this island, I can tell you this island is fantastic. Okay, it's almost like you're not in Europe, like you're somewhere else other than Europe. The weather here is still very good, in the sense that people are still wearing t-shirts and just very light jackets some days. Although some days we get like rain, bad weather, heavy winds, but the weather here is fantastic compared to compared to other parts of Greece. For those of you that don't know, I'm in Greece. Some parts of Greece, like it is extremely extremely cold at this point. But in this island, no, it's still fantastic. Okay.
Kids are losing no matter what. So for me, it was really just being a neutral party in the house, being somebody who's there who can advocate for the kids. Kids don't know if they're like they love their dad. They're still young, and it's kind of like their dad can like to throw them around on the couch, but just play with them, just kind of do any sort of silly thing and like be a good dad for 15 minutes, and the kids are impressed. But I'm like, because they're too young to know, hey, our needs are not being met in other places, and so it was kind of heartbreaking for me to see. I don't know. Or it was kind of like funny to him that his kids were traumatized.
This that she said, she's really spot on. That at this point, the kids are still very young, and they will not be able to know. Like it takes just 5 minutes, and they're already giggling, laughing, and acting like they're on top of the world. So of course, the kids. She's right here. Jeba is right.
It's kind of funny to him that that baby A just would just miss him, or just like kind of an anxiety attack almost every time he left the house, because there's no, for her, there's no sense of consistency yet.
No structure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think as an already traumatized Black girl, I think I was just unfortunately well equipped to deal with the situation, or equipped to call out parents who are like that. And again, I just stayed because he told me that.
And the thing with narcissists, they do it on purpose, and they always jealous of their children. No matter how little those children are, they're always jealous of their children. They always punish. They love to punish people, so they will always punish even their own children. So they do it on purpose. That in and out, never being available for their children. They never stay in one place. It is spot on, because they do it on purpose just to punish even the children. So I totally understand where Jeba is coming from. That the fact that the baby A just turned 2 years old now. Okay, so you can see how little she is. She already knows that her father is never around. Do you understand? So that's already something that is going on in there. Like when she said she will have full panic attack, and like it is even worse for these kids because their mom is not right there to kind of taking the role immediately, or any other family member to kind of try their best to try to cover up for both parents. So it's really terrible that JD will really just be moving up and down for no reason, not as if you're going out for work or anything, but you just want to punish your own. This is your own flesh and blood, and yet you just do it feeling happy. But of course, with the diagnosis from doctors and everything, we know that narcissists, they don't have feelings, and they're not able. Okay, that part of their brain is not functioning, so they cannot feel what other people feel. So hence they're able to punish their children, and they don't feel anything about it. So let's continue with the let's continue listening.
He was trying to get full custody, and I'm like, I did not support that. Did not think that he had.
You can imagine, on top of the fact that he's never around, he doesn't really care. Just to punish KO, he wants to get full custody. Where is he going to keep the children when he's jumping around and moving all around? He's never available. But he doesn't care because he does not have that connection with the children. Narcissists cannot feel anything, not for their children, not for their parents, not for family members, not for their wives, their husbands, or anything at all. It doesn't matter. They just can't. You understand? All right.
The necessary tools to be able to be a good parent and do that. But I'm like, in the meantime, let me try to support as much as I can. So like that was, that's all it is. Or let me try to get him to be better. And I think I was coming into it more of as a coach than like as a
coaching.
And I'm realizing that is.
Jeba said she's coming in. Welcome, everyone. We're analyzing Jeba, JD's ex nanny, her interview she did with content creator Madam Nkem Ofo on Facebook. That's what we're listening to. They spoke about a lot, and she revealed some stuffs. Okay, like where she said that Allegedly, JD looked at baby A in the face and said to her, F you, and the baby just froze. Allegedly, we're saying allegedly because we're not there, but that's what Jeba is alleging. And she said a whole lot of other stuff that you're going to hear. Just be patient, pull up your popcorn and everything. The first part of the live stream was interrupted. So if you really want to hear the intro and everything, you have to watch the first part of. You will notice that the thumbnail are the same. I didn't bother to change it because I want to keep it that way because it's a continuation actually, because network or magic, something just happened that shuts us down. Go and take it. So let's go.
Because it's like, oh, why are you so obsessed with, trying to help him build his family? I'm like, I want to have a in general. I give people tell you to have a goal to be a good dad, to get to a place where you used to be. You apparently used to be a great dad. I'm going to try to help you because it is in everybody's best interest for you to perform as well as you can. So that's it.
All right, guys, bring the questions. Bring your questions in. Now you have opportunity to ask questions. Bring us some love and show some questions, please.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about in the beginning. I said I wish this blogger actually prepared some questions prior. I don't know. I don't think this was impromptu. I think they knew they were going to go live. You can eat it all. Taxi, metado. Throw it to fire. Oh, she rock the. Your head is going to look like pomegranate. So. Yeah, sorry if you were here with us before. I said I was here with my little one. So she's eating pomegranate and she doesn't want to stop. Who doesn't love pomegranate? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, like I said, if Madam Kim had done a post on Facebook before, maybe let's say a few hours, if it was almost an impromptu, then few hours or few minutes into you going live, you just post on your Facebook or in your community and tell people to drop the questions they want to ask. That would have prepared them more. So immediately Jeba comes in, they will start with those questions that people already dropped on the post, then move on to the people that will come into the live stream. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's keep going. The most important thing is they talk. There's a lot of chit chatting, but in between all of those, Jeba still dropped some shocking stuff. Because for me, I don't know for other people, when Jeba said he looked that child in the face and said to her, F you, 2 years old child. I don't know what that child would do, that you look at your own child in the face and say F you. I don't even think that the nanny would have been able to do something like that. Like look at that little one and say to baby A's face, F you. Allegedly, look, that's deep. So let's just keep going with our analysis.
Honestly, I realize people like to do that. I've come on live before and people are like, "Ooh, she has stuff to hide." I'm like, okay, so ask me the question that you want the answer to. And there's no question. I'm like, no, people just like to complain. And that's fine.
So you need to know that on this social media.
I don't think it's more of she having something to hide, but I think it's more of she's still protecting JD somehow, and we can kind of understand because she came into this whole thing thinking it was a relationship, it was this, it was going to be that. So we kind of understand where that is coming from.
For you to survive here, you have to ignore some of the noise or spin the noise to your favor. Look at him. For instance, look at everything he's done. Do you know?
Let me share this live stream again because I just remembered I didn't share the second one. Let me grab my other device.
What do you think about that? After what did he tell you about not wanting about them being on social media? What did he tell you?
What I wanted to ask. So I didn't watch it. I don't follow him on anything. Like I've heard him talk too much in real life. Like
you don't follow him on anything. That means we blocked him.
But from what I saw like a screenshot, it looked like he was what is it? Teaching June how to like box. Is that what's happening?
No, it's not June. It's baby A. Yeah.
Oh.
Let me show it to you, and let me give you the title that we shot. What did he tell you? First of all, the question is, what did he tell you?
Welcome everyone. Please like the live stream.
He didn't want the case to be posted online.
Give us a thumbs up.
Or he didn't want their mom to post them. Please tell us.
Jady's job is just to lie, isn't it?
Saying that it was she was just exploiting them online. He didn't want the public, seeing his girls, or he's like it would be his dream to get the girls completely offline because he doesn't like, people.
Please, we're 8 persons here, and we have just 2 thumbs up.
Does not have to spend a dime.
If you've not liked the live stream, please like the live stream, because that's also going to help YouTube to suggest and bring in more people here. And like I always say, JD just knows how to manipulate. He's done this for many years, and the truth must be told. And now that there is someone out there that really wants to call him out, because a whole lot of people that he messed with, they just overlooked the whole situation and didn't even deal with him properly. But one person that decided, no, you're not going to tarnish my image, and get away with it was his nanny, Jeba. And as Jeba is talking, we are going to be analyzing, okay? Because the more we talk about it and analyze, the more people get to, put 2 and 2 together and see that Jade is actually the one fooling them and no other person, even though he comes online and pretends to be the victim. So please like the live stream, invite your people, share if you have somewhere to share to. Thank you so very much. God bless you as you do so. Let's keep going.
Toys or anything for these kids.
Let me also share.
Even though he is living, pretty much a socially funded life, like being a dad while the internet's paying for all the services. What did he say? He's like, he still doesn't like the idea of people like sending gifts or whatever. He doesn't like that people on the internet know his daughters. So I thought
the daughters that were born on internet.
That one's a big lie, though.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. They started this whole thing like baby A was born on live. That child's birth was filmed on Facebook Live. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I have it now, and up to the next few years, were donated by somebody 8 boxes of used clothes donated up to I think 7 years or 9 years. So what is it on about? Anyway, let me show you now the shocker. Here he is.
He does one thing and he says one thing and he does something.
Let me give you the kicker of the title of this now.
Yeah.
Let me give you the title, and I'm going to go back to a page and give you what he said, that things you didn't know before you went there.
Okay.
So I won't be posting my girls much, but some things are just too cute not to share. So what do you think about that title?
Exactly
please?
What he said.
Guys, you're not asking questions, please. I wanted to ask the question. I want to keep putting it. You guys some of you accused me of not letting her talk the last time. Now ask the question.
Right now, some things are just too cute. That's crazy. Okay, I think that goes into my theory that this man just wakes up every day and his brain just resets. It's like nothing he said the previous day or the previous week mattered. And he just, I think he has such delusional fans that they will follow him no matter what, right? So he can make a big go on.
I feel like talking about Mr. KORRA's fans, I feel like some of them at this point already know that he actually lied to them and he was using them, but they are just too ashamed because they feel so stupid right now that they cannot they can't, So for them right now, it's like, okay, let's just keep pretending that we're supporting him because we can't. If we dare say anything, people are going to come for us because they're like, how come it took you this long for you to realize that he was lying?
Rampage saying he doesn't want his daughters online. But the girls are cute, so he'll say that and they'll still think that comes from her. Like, oh wow, what a good dad. Such a genuine guy.
Now listen to him before I think before you came in, this was during oh no, it's not there. This is during
Let me put some wood on my fire.
I don't know what's happening to the page. So you can hear it directly from him saying, I wanted to show this from King's page because he has that the real voice, but for some reason it's not showing. Let me go to another person's page to get it for you. What he said, Janice. Let me see. Janice, let me see if it will be there.
Okay. I'm still reading the questions. Oh, I did see the question. Sorry, guys. Let's see.
I'm sure people, while I'm looking to get that out, and some people want to know, is there any new thing you want to tell us? Anything out there, in there, that we don't know before? Can you tell them? And is there anything coming on happening in your side as well that you want to say?
Lord.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes, his real voice will not be on my page. I can't stand his voice. Seriously, that's how I feel too. I'm gonna think about my updates in a second. What was oh jeez, I forgot. I'm like ADHD. I'm like I can only focus on one thing at a time. Let me just scroll back up because there was a question I wanted to answer. Somebody did say, why didn't I just leave with the girls to go to a CPS? Yeah, and thank you to the person who replied. Oh, Lorianne. Yeah, so I can get arrested for kidnapping. You can't just, like, I'm telling you, as somebody who used to, like, work in schools, there are so many, and the kids literally do have two legal parents. You can't just walk by and be like, I feel like these kids would be better off with me. Let's go, kids. Like, what? Like, no matter how much you care, there's still an extent to which you can intervene as an outside party. Because I'm like, I used to work in schools all the time, and there are kids who are not treated the best by their parents, but you can't, like, it's not an instant process. You have to go through, principal, you have to go through so many different people before you can.
I totally understand the frustration that some persons are going through, that they even feel like Jeba should have just taken the kids and left to go to where? Jeba is not even related to either of them, not KORRA, not JD. So there's no way, she would have taken those kids. But yeah, the frustration, I get it. Okay, so like I said, yo, chill, 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 chill. Let's do this together. It's a long interview, and like I said, they spoke about a whole lot before they got into the nitty gritty, where you start hearing, So we're getting there, but just chill, 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 chill. Okay.
Try to try to get somebody's kid taken away from that. So I'm like, I would not go anywhere. I can't leave the house with anybody's kid and just take them to CPS.
But you don't have to go to CPS. You don't have to take them though. But did you ever report anything you saw there to the CPS? What was their response?
Yeah. So late last week, so I just got a what is it called? Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's why he's not defending it. Is he not defending himself against things that I've said? That's interesting.
He's defending, but he defends with a lie. He comes and lies.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think has he defended himself by proving his innocence, or has he just been like, oh, this is a crazy person who's on DRUGS?
Everybody else is against him. That's how he defends himself. He's a good guy.
But that's also the guilt trip that kind of had me stay a little bit, because I'm like, because as somebody who has been, I guess on her own to survive in the world, I empathize if someone's like, oh, people have destroyed my business. I'm starting over. This is a rough time, and I'm also going through a rough time. So I'm going to empathize and think that we are in a similar situation. Meanwhile, that was not the case at all, because I'm like, he has always had the resources of the internet just at his fingers. Somebody said, what are your honest feelings on KORRA? I think that is a much stronger woman than me. They're like, men like Justin are the reason why I'm not even interested in having kids, because I know that my life has been hard enough, and I cannot even imagine having sacrificing yourself to give birth. Like, I saw that video of her giving birth to Athena. I'm like, that's a giant baby. Like, that woman suffered, and I'm like, it literally.
She did that on live video,
And it gave me goosebumps just hearing her just shout out Athena's name. Like, it was just so powerful as a mother, as a Black woman bringing a human into the world. So to hear that he insulted her, the size of her vagina after her giving birth, and all of this nasty
9 days after.
I hope you all are hearing these things for yourself. Okay, I'm going to just fix up something quickly, and I'll come back and join y'all. Let me just attend to the little one. But listen, I want you all to hear for yourself what is going on.
Oh my, that's crazy. So I never believed his story. Like, it always sounded suspicious, where it's like, what was his line? Oh, he said he was going to give it 1 year. Like, he was being abused by her, harassed all the time. Like, he was so sad and bullied. And he said he was going to give it 1 year before leaving, but he could only make it 10 days. And I'm like, the logic was never logicking, because I asked him, and I'm like, so So this woman, while she was 9 months pregnant, was just still just bullying you in the house, and you were just scared. Like, so it didn't make any sense. And then to be postpartum, he's like, yeah, she was still like, you know, cursing me out, saying all these nasty things to me. And I'm like, I can't imagine someone who just gave birth having that much energy to scare a grown man. So I'm like, that's something where it's like I ignored because I knew that the truth wasn't matching up, and I think people were upset at me for like, you know,
you can see his size and you can see her size. Who is carrying him?
That's what I'm saying, and I'm like, and that's also why I completely did not want to give this lady this restraining order, because to justify all the stuff, he's making up lies, and so he's telling me like, oh, she's doing black magic, you know, all this stuff has happened. She's doing voodoo, and I'm like, so you're gonna use me as a human sacrifice to get voodoo on me? Do I give us like so so that's what I mean when people are like, oh, she did it out of love, and now she's so mad. Like, no, I was sleeping in bed, and this man faked some urgency on the day that it needed to be done, and guilt tripped me, and made sure to mention like, okay, well, you know, you're living in this house, like made it very clear that, you know, the way things ended would have just happened sooner if I didn't, you know, if I didn't do this. It was like. Yeah, very obvious manipulation. So I have respect for KORRA, and that's my answer. Because I don't think I could survive the things that this woman survived.
Do you know before KORRA there was an ex? Did they ever tell you
the white lady?
about an ex-wife? He was married before. KORRA was the second wife. Did they ever tell you about the first wife? And what did he say?
Yeah. Well, actually, this man keeps trying to pretend the first marriage never happened. Like in his mind, like that was a practice marriage. Like that was. You know, like I've brought it up in the context of he was like talking crap about KORRA, and then I just tried to respectfully say, I'm like, hey, also you had an issue, you know, with this ex-wife. You've been married twice now, and I'm a third human who's in this house living with you in a domestic.
You are the fourth. We had Summer before you.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but I'm like.
Jenny is not someone that you can talk to, okay? You cannot talk with a narcissist. You cannot reason with that. If people you don't understand until you meet one narcissist and you're dealing with them, then you know how difficult it is. Like there's no talking. So for Jabba to even bring up the first one, like what? Y'all keep listening. I'll be back in a second.
But I'm like, I'm a person who's living in a domestic partnership with you, living in your house. I'm a woman.
I'm saying if someone lives in the house, what she moved?
I just heard that she was only like 25, and I'm like, I'm glad she escaped with her
youth. She's 26 now, yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. But you know, I told him, and like, so there seems to be a pattern of, you know, you having conflict with women who live with you. Do you think it's possible, you know, that what is it called? That the problem may be you, that you're the common denominator. And this man got so upset because before he's like, you can say anything. I don't get triggered. You know, you're the one who gets triggered. And so I'm like, okay, respectfully, is there a world in which you might be the issue? You know, if you've had like two divorces, that's not a small thing.
And at both times they divorced him.
Really? I'm like, you got women just keep divorcing you, and you're like, I'm not the problem. It's crazy.
Can I tell you? Sorry, I know you say you have ADHD, and I'm trying to hold myself.
Okay. No.
From the news on this blue app,
yeah,
and let me use allegedly, but people got it when he was doing all this to KORRA. People got in contact with the ex. Said, look, the life of a young lady is involved here. Can you come and that one was no. You are triggering me. I don't want to ever like hear that name again. I don't want to go back there. She was in therapy that she didn't want that name, that she didn't want to go back there. She didn't want to be triggered. So that's what we heard.
Yeah. Allegedly. Really? That's crazy. So I've been hearing that in the conversation as well, where it's like, why is he attacking KORRA, but it seems like he has left this first wife alone.
His wife, you know, after the lady, that was when he said he will never do Americans again. Sorry, guys, I have to relate this to her. She doesn't know that Americans, according to him, Americans, when there's a problem in the relationship, they want a divorce and they want to go 50-50. They want to go hard. But this is exactly what he wanted. No, they had a problem. He wanted to go. He didn't have the nerve.
Can you imagine this man's welcome if you yeah. I'm just like I'm trying to fix something up for my little one. So that's why I was not talking for a while. Okay. But can you see how this man's mind works? Like, really? Are you serious? Julie said, Jeba has done well. Jeba is talking. Like, the fact that she stayed there for 7, 8 months and everything happened the way it happened and he dead. Jeba doesn't care. Like, she doesn't even care the part that made her look bad and whatnot. She is spilling. Okay. And that's the thing I like about her. Because if you're going to do it, do it. Because when he came out and called her a thief, talking about she ransacking his socks, are you serious? Your boxes and socks, what are you? Will Smith? Are you wearing designer things that somebody will be ransacking your, you that you're feeding by this thing? Donation from those crazy WhatsApp women. So, I love that Jeba is doing her thing. Like, call me whatever you want to call me, but I'm going to say my story. That's how I see Jeba. And Jeba is talking. Jeba doesn't get people are like, but he's not talking to you. Well, she's talking to him. That bothers you. So, of course, well done to Jeba. Kudos to Jeba for coming out and talking. And yeah, we kind of understand that she's holding back. But yeah, if she says certain things, she might be sued. So we also need to understand that part. And JJ already said it that he might sue her because she doesn't have money. But him being an American too, and he comes out and judge his fellow Americans like that. But then he did exactly the same thing when their divorce started. Nonsense, Muzungu.
To go. But yeah, he was asking for alimony, spousal support, child support, and everything. Sorry, I'm not going to talk again. No, guys, give me ask questions, please. Let me not talk. I'm trying to be like, you guys give questions.
Spousal support. They're giving him spousal support while they're married to him, and he wants compensation afterwards. Oh God, that's so upsetting. That's something very disappointing. I can understand him doing that like to a white woman, but for him, he felt like American women were too strong for him, and he wanted someone who was easy to take advantage of.
What I think with that though, that's just me. What I think with that is because Americans are born there with him. They know the law. Yeah. So he cannot manipulate them with the law. Because for the longest time, even when they were together, every time they have an issue, he goes to KORRA's family and said, oh, she doesn't understand the law. That's how she's going to lose her kids. Oh, that's not how it works.
He was saying
so I think he's saying that if you are from the other side, you don't know the law, it can manipulate you for a long time. That's what I think. But anyway, guys, nobody's asking question. Please, have you got question? I'm going to call you on your campo. Do you have a question? Caroline Wellington, welcome. Any question, guys? I don't want to be filling that in. This is him.
I'm a man. I have 2 daughters. It is my duty, responsibility, and privilege to protect them.
Why do we have to hear him too?
Me from social media. I spent 13 months protecting them from the system. They're still being posted online.
Can you imagine?
There is zero care on the other party. All they care about is making money, social media fame.
There's zero care on the other part. And the other part is supposed to be KORRA, right? Now there's zero care from KORRA's side, but she's the one that paid your $40,000 school student loan. She's the one that paid $50,000 for this thing. She's paying child support. She's doing everything, She is doing everything to make sure that those kids are okay. They eat well, they feed well, they have a roof over their head. Because you see, this life, we never know. We all pray for a long life, good health, and this and that. If anything happens, God forbid, they have you don't even, you're living in a rented home. And as small as those children, they cannot pay rent. If any you buy today, nobody is wishing you to buy, but anybody can buy at any time. Nothing. You've laid nothing down for your kids. Nothing. But KORRA has things that if God forbid anything happens, these children will be collecting rent. They will be collecting rent and survive on that until they are able to do things. Figure out now they will have roof over their head. Rain no go fall, beat them for where them they. Sun no go shine on top of their head. Yet this one has mouth to talk.
I don't care about the welfare. So, if you see my kids on social
Twisted
media,
mind that he has.
report it like crazy. I mean, everywhere. Report it like crazy.
Some of
Send
this
me the
Muzungu
links.
they
I'll
mad.
send it to Facebook. It'll get taken down. My kids are not money factories, view factories. My kids are not to be exploited. My kids are not to be used for other people's benefit, especially.
He says all those things because that's exactly the kind of person that he is. That's how he thinks, and that's what he wants to do. But he wants to be the only one to make the money and everything. And imagine, he has no shame. After running his mouth and saying all this nonsense, he came online to post those same children. They will not be exploited. The same way you were exploiting their mother, the same way you saw their mother, and according to you, all you saw was a beautiful woman, and it was breed. Babu kwagi all of on her head there. We to say na African women na go take they play football. The set I go punish on. If they still they do press up, the ancestors and everything, they go punish on. Still they do push up. And anybody will even feel sorry for herself, thunder go fire.
As a weapon to hurt their father. So yesterday, I went online and explained why my kids are not allowed online. In January of 2023, I put in a court order with family court that my kids are not allowed online. That's because I was seeing very concerning behavior, such as my daughter's naked vaginas being online, them running out into the street, possibly getting hit by cars.
Yeah, him being dramatic.
Putting their foot
yeah, I'm eating. My voice is sounding weird.
And being exposed to inappropriate behavior online. My videos of my kids on my profile. Everything that I have on my profile related to my kids is prior to a court order, so there is nothing illegal about it. There's not.
This is what he said, but now he came back and he's posting the kids. So what happened? It was magic. What happened?
Oh my God.
So,
please send this to me.
Again, this is gaslighting. This is hearing solid, objective facts and then deflecting and making up some excuse and trying to put it back on me on something that's wrong with me.
Oh my God.
Absolutely, my kids are not lying. You can't use kids as a weapon against their dad. I'm not using the kids as a weapon against their mom.
Yes, you are.
I'm just simply telling you what I experienced and endured during the marriage and afterwards.
Right.
Separate occasions. Which is exactly why I filed with the courts to take my kids offline. To protect them from this kind of dumb stuff.
Yeah, but now you're posting them.
Now there he is. Anyway.
Who did this? At the end, the 30 moments later, and then he's out there boxing with his youngest at the gym and posted it online. Now they're no longer on social media. It's not the same toxic social media. Mr. Twisted Mind.
What do you think about that?
Okay, so when did he post that first part when he was talking?
These are about 5 different occasions on his profile when he was saying that. It's there. People want to go in now. But then they are too cute not to post. Now, what happened?
That's crazy. He said my kids will not be online. But now they weren't cute to begin with. They were always cute. Now all of a sudden it's an emergency. How cute they are. Oh my God. Thank you. No, can you send me that? Because now that I've heard that when he's talking about child endangerment, now we're gonna have a party.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Did y'all hear that?
If you have any evidence, show us evidence. That's why we are here.
Oh my God. Okay, that is something I'm gonna have to handle that part privately with CPS. But I'm like, I don't like to make people look bad, or I don't like to.
What? Jeba said she is going to. You have a plate there. Put it in the plate. Jeba said she's gonna handle that private. Did y'all hear what? Did you, let me know. Comment. Let me see comments popping up. Did y'all hear what I just heard? She said, now that I've heard child endangerment, I want. And the interview is asking if there's anything. Tell us. Really, it's not about telling us. So go tell CPS. And now Jeba is saying she might have to file something with CPS. Is she planning to send in something? You see why we said JD will be the one to destroy himself by himself with his own hands. He came out and called Jeba a thief. So if Jeba goes, only heaven knows what Jeba has on her phone, on her file, wherever she has that, if she will go and give that to CPS. Are we going to be facing another part 1 million of this drama? Whew, you got too sweet. Let us sit put with our fingers crossed, waiting
There are
patiently.
certain things that I kind of
At this point, the gloves are off. Gloves are off. You are online. Well, that's what I get to listen from you. That's why we are here. Give us okay, a little bit, a little bit.
Okay, so what I
Please
can
don't try to
share
coerce her
in
to
terms
say
of how
anything.
endangerment, I did not know he was trying to go out low. This man literally turned the bathtub on. And this is why, like, maybe mom wanted me being there, where I was kind of having to come up to him and figure out, hey, what do you need? What is, what hours do you need me to watch the kids? I set up some sort of structure where he was clearly passing off responsibility to me, so the kids were always accounted for. But he liked to just like he likes to just be a casual dad, like, oh, everything's fine. Like basically, he believes the kids can watch themselves, pretty much. So he had a patient that he was going to during the first month I was there. Ran a bathtub for the kids and then left. And I'm sitting there listening to my music, but it was part of my anxiety in the house was I'm like I could never fully like have my headphones in or shut myself off because I'm just worried that the kids are not actually being watched. They'll just be home and for him that's watching the kids. So yeah, he left and then I took out my headphones and I'm like, why do I still hear the bathtub on? This man fully left the house with baby A in the tub running, and it flooded the bathroom. And so I go in there, the entire floor is wet, spilling into like the next bathroom into his bedroom. And luckily Athena loves water, so she's in there like, yeah, I'm swimming. This girl has a pool.
OMG, if this is the truth, KORRA. Now your nyash na pain you oh. When you carry that belly, now your nyash na pain you to push that pikin out. Now you carry this pikin for How can you put a little child? Even grown-up people are drowning in the bathroom after they've taken maybe alcohol or something, all wasted, and they go to the bathroom. So people, we've seen that happen. Grown-ups drown in the bathroom. And he switched and left the home like you just left for her to play there. Probably, he just. Let's continue.
He's in a pool now in that bathtub, unaccompanied, and I'm like, the man didn't even turn off the water. So I'm in there. I'm like, I took a video of me walking through the water, like, and that's
Wow.
when I started documenting because
See
like,
evidence.
There's only so many times you can do things like this, and where it's a mistake. So, and I'm like, that's a very big mistake. And knowing how angry he was about KORRA, like he's so irresponsible, anything could happen to the kids. You're not gonna have that energy for this lady and have your kid possibly set up
alone in the bathroom with a lot of water.
That was unbelievable to me. For him to say that the kids are not safe with her.
Wow.
And that's again why I didn't fully speak up because I'm like, I don't know if anything he was saying about what was happening at KORRA's house is true or not. But I know parents make mistakes and stuff, so I'm like, I didn't want it to be like that. Like both sides had evidence, and then the courts were like, you know what, both parents actually were negligent. The kids are just going to the system. So I'm like, I know that for him, it's just that he just does not care to give the kids his full attention when he's at the house. I don't know what's happening at KORRA's house, so I again don't want the kids to just, for it to be look like listen, they have two unfit parents, so they're just gonna go.
I can tell you authoritatively that what he said there were lies.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Watch the video. The video of being garbage can was a lie. KORRA was cooking in the kitchen in her first apartment. She sat when they were together. They do the same thing. She sat baby J on the counter while she's cooking. But his minions took a video and said there must be a garbage thing at the bottom there. Why will she? There was nothing. You understand?
Okay.
The issue of this thing, there was
It's
nothing.
unreal.
So let's not go.
You know what? It is very this that she's talking about, Madam Kim is talking about. People that be following, so you remember how they made a huge deal that KORRA endangered the life of baby J, how baby J is sitting there, this, that, baby J could put, and he was championing this stuff. He was the one championing this stuff. screaming on top of his voice. Oh, the child could have lost an arm or finger. In fact, if maybe the whole child, the whole this thing could have been mangled in there. But he left the child in the bathroom unsupervised. Sorry.
Majority of what you said are lies. Majority of what you said are lies, an assumption anyway.
What majority?
Guys,
Everything he's saying is lies. He's never said truth
question,
before in his life.
Guys,
I don't need to narrow. I don't.
There have been a few concerning situations that I've just either kept to myself or told CPS. This I forgot to put into that report. I guess I should follow up. But it's like because I was.
She forgot to put in the report. Has she already filed something?
Benefit of the doubt.
What do you think was his reasoning though behind leaving the girl in the back going away? Because it takes 5 minutes for what to happen,
right? Yeah. No, he totally forgot. I turned off the tub and I texted him, and I still have the text thread where I might share it later. Where he, I told him, he's like, can you turn off the tub? But not as concerned. I think he was always less concerned than I was, which was a problem. I'm like, I didn't bring these lives into the world. You did. You're responsible for them. So I think it's very strange that he is relying on strangers from the internet to be a better parent than he is, and kind of wants to complain where it's like, oh, well, if you didn't like things, you could have changed it. If you didn't like that it was dirty, you could have cleaned. Like, there's a lot of things that he could have done to improve, and things that he needed to do as the actual parent of these humans.
So we've got some question here. Abike wants to know, do you think
really? Ha. So that means Jeba really documented a whole lot. And I'm trying to think, like, what was even going through? Because Jeba is guessing that it was around month 1 that this happened. Remember, she said she fixing his behind too was around month 1. So it was almost immediately as she entered the home, she was already documenting things. And you see how this thing backfired, because people are like, if you didn't go there with evil intention, remember, he's the one that bashed his ex-wife first to this stranger. That's what he did. And if Jeba is a true chess player, okay, I don't know what level, but if you know one thing about real chess players, they are people that are good in thinking. So all the while that he was doing what he was doing, maybe Jeba wasn't saying much, but then moving into the home, comparing what he told her, how horrible KORRA was and all the terrible things KORRA is doing to the children, and how he wants to win full custody, what she now started seeing in its home was not the same. What do you think such person would do? Document, because she knows that if something happens in the future, if she comes out to talk about it, this is your coffee. Can you drink your water? If she will come out and talk about it in the future, people might not want to believe, her. Goodness. Now what? Who knows what Jeba is going to file or what she is filed? Because she said she follow up. So if she's doing a follow up, that means she's already submitted something. Hey, whoa, JD. What in
the Lord?
Did you drink your water? Don't eat that dry stuff. It's because of your throat. Don't eat that dry stuff.
I said anything about that. Well, I cannot certainly, I can't deny it, because there's no proof that he hasn't done it. I haven't witnessed him do it, but given that he has accused KORRA of doing that himself, and just seeing that the pattern is everything he says, like the opposite is true. That couldn't really be the case.
All right. Well, on that, sorry guys, let me tell her this story.
Madam, you came like story, eh?
Baby A was about 9 months old. When they were still doing 3 days, 4 days, and he was on live video. And baby J brought 2 syringes.
if you're just coming in, you are welcome. Please don't forget to like the live stream, share, and this is the continuation of the second interview that Jeba, nanny, JD's nanny, ex-nanny, did with the content creator, Madam Nkem Ofo on Facebook. We did the first part, it was about 50 minutes, and then the stuff cut off. So this is the second part we're listening to. We're 40 something minutes into this, and the juicy gist is around, like I said, about 50 minutes was when certain stuff. Okay. Yes, I can hear you. All right. I'm so sorry. My little one is here distracting also. So please. So yeah, from 50 minutes and about, or from, you would just, I believe from after this story that Madam Ikem is going to tell, you're going to start hearing stuff. So just sit with us, invite people. Let's listen. Let's listen. JD that kept condemning KORRA online, condemn, is the same person that, from what we're hearing now, allegedly Jeba is saying he put his little baby in the bathroom, turned on the water, and left. Like left the house. She said left the house entirely. Okay, not as if you went to you left from the bathroom to the kitchen, or you left from the bathroom to the sit up to pick up something, or went outside to your balcony. That was not what happened. Okay, according to what Jeba is alleging, that he left the house totally, completely, and she has this on record, or like she filmed it, because when she walked into the bathroom, the child was there having a blast. Of course, children love water, but they don't know how dangerous water is. Okay.
Are you still there?
Yeah, okay. I heard that there was someone just saw syringes in the background. She picked them up.
Well, apparently there are 2 syringes, and the little girl, baby, we heard them just say, "I've got some more, Dad. One for Junie, one for Dad." And he quickly dropped baby A's head on the floor. And then turned around, looked at the camera, and said, "That's what happened when kids are learning to walk." But meanwhile, the girl was sat down. She was never making an attempt to walk. That's baby A. A few hours later, he came to give us some country. Wow. I think we were frozen.
Me?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Well, so long as you can hear me, guys, please show some love. We've got I've got the stars on.
Mr. Careful, eh?
Show some love.
Mr. Careful is allegedly dropping syringe all over.
It's the season of giving. The colorful chest lady is here. And I think
colorful chest lady. I love the hype.
Lots of questions that you need to read. Scroll the top. All right. Okay. I've seen a question from Latanya Divers. She said, "Has he ever mentioned to you that he wanted the visitation shorter than 2 weeks out of the month?"
The meaning that he wanted less time with the kids? Is that the question?
Yes.
He has definitely. At one point he was past his limit and definitely was cursing or talking to me like cussing out the kids, and the fact that he was overwhelmed, and he was like, "Maybe I should just give KORRA full custody." So I'm like, that's what.
Did you hear that? Mr. Father of the Year cussing out his own kids because he's overwhelmed. Kids will always overwhelm you. Like, who said raising kids it's actually easy? That's why I look at those people that would laugh and kind of talk down on stay-at-home moms. I'm like, go try them now. Go and try it. You think it's just to go to office, write some papers, sign some this, and talk one thing. Go and be around kids and run around screaming this one, that one, the other one. He's cussing out his own kids. Okay. Father of the Year.
That's where I was confused, because I'm like, if this woman is the devil, like you're saying, how are you casually now because you're frustrated?
All right. So does that answer your question, Latanya? He said he mentioned it at some point that maybe he should give KORRA
out of frustration.
Custody. Did that answer your question, Latanya Devers? Oh no, I don't want to answer that question. Somebody's asking, did he ever get with you forcefully? I wouldn't answer.
Oh
no,
boy.
Don't answer that. That's
but anyway, no. The answer is no. I appreciate that. The answer is no. I definitely would.
He won't think of something like that.
Did I say
that could get him arrested immediately?
Oh my God.
People said that that's a great question.
He was cousin. He fully yelled in Athena's face, "F you, Athena!" Like,
you hear that?
This man is out of control.
I told you people from 50 minutes into this their interview, that's why you'll be hearing the juicy stuff. Did you hear it? 50 minutes. He said, according to what Jabba is saying, that he yells at the kids' faces. That he completely told baby A, F you to her face. Listen, open your ear well. Listen, everybody.
But yeah, there was a time where I don't know if he was trying to date. Yeah, I mean he had just done like some coffee money or whatever, and he was trying to enjoy his sugar baby, and he was trying to date. But the kids were being really difficult. What is the devil what you're saying? Oh my God, is that my place? No, that's funny. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he said F you straight to Athena's face and tried to joke with me about it, talking about like, oh, she looked so, he's like, I think she understood me. Like she looked so shocked, that I said that to her. And I'm like, I would be shocked too as a baby. So I think.
So let me get you right. Did you say he said F you to Athena and she was shocked about it? Like she kind of understood. That what you said now?
Yeah. And this is when he was like drinking a lot during this time.
Okay, but don't make any excuse for him. Drinking or no drinking. What kind of like who says something like that to the child that little? Okay, yeah, like but she knows that it's like he's angry and that's a bad word, Come on, man.
It was a very hard time in the house, and I'm like, it was hard for me, but also it was hard.
Hi, those children.
Yeah, I guess it was hard for the kids. So again,
somebody said my coffee link is not working. You can give me stars. You can send to her coffee link. If mine is not working, I've never used it before. You can give me stars. You can send to hers as well.
Oh, how did you get stars? I guess I have to be more active to get stars. It seems like a whole thing.
Okay, so they're going to be talking about their stars for a little bit, but there is more.
1,000. All you have to do is come live.
They'll still talk about.
You don't have to come and talk about him. Don't make your page all about him. They can do your thing, like I said, and all that.
Gotcha. Okay. Is this? Maybe did I change my coffee link? Maybe I did.
I'm gonna check it. Please send stars if you can't get my link. I've never checked that link before. I just opened it and that's it. Perhaps something happened. I don't know.
Buy me a coffee is everywhere. Everywhere. Almost every content creator has buy me a coffee.
Tiger Caddy says, hi Jiba, thanks for speaking up. What are you doing to help yourself mentally right now? I know it's very difficult to come out and speak up. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's such a sweet question. What am I doing? I am dating. Finally allowing myself to have some fun after all of this.
Oh, I think.
Well, Jeba, the question was, what are you doing to help your mental health? I don't think dating is. Bravo. I don't think that dating is something that's going to help your mental health right now. After you finish with JD and that drama and how he deceived and everything, you need time to really get over all of those things. But anyway, let's listen to what she's going to say.
The link is not working as well. They're saying that all the coffee links are not working. I think she has PayPal and Cash App and Vivo.
Okay. Because I just changed my coffee thing to, it's like you can choose buy me a coffee or buy me a pizza. I changed it to pizza, but I don't know. I guess maybe.
Well, if mine is not working, I have stars.
Okay. But yeah, PayPal and Venmo should be working. I don't know. Jesus. But yeah, for mental health, yeah, I am dating. I'm going to dinners. I'm having fun. I'm essentially just trying to reclaim my youth. This is the last year in my 20s. So and
so Jeba is 29.
I want all of this just and stuff wrapped up by the end of this year. So I am building my own blog and kind of just getting back into just having fun as a creator. So I think I've always been a creator. I just haven't shared my stuff. So I have like 2 years worth of just like travels and just like really, I don't know, just very like exclusive New York events and stuff that I've attended, but I haven't shared because I knew that I was not emotionally at a place where I wanted to consistently be on social media. But yeah, now I'm doing that and building my own website and kind of just going to be sharing from a place of fun. And I think it's like a creative writing exercise, like this Justin thing. So I am going to be doing storytelling on my page, like doing short stories of my time in that house.
My advice for Java is, if this is what you want to do, even though you're looking at it as doing it for fun, you spoke about your finances and how you helping JD, being stuck with JD also messed with your finances. If this is what you're going to do and you know that you're good at it, then you should take it serious so you can earn from it also. Because imagine how much JD makes from online also. So if this is what you want to do, don't just look at it from the angle of, okay, I'm just doing it for fun. See it as a business, so you'll be able to take it more serious and you cash out from it.
But just in a more fun way, I think. And just adding some lightness to it, but just giving some more content. So
good for you. Will you be teaching how to play chess?
That's all I've done for 10 years. So I'm telling you, I am like, I want to find a more fun way to do it. So I think what I will do is take my chess training and teach women how to use self-defense, to do like practical life situations with chess theory. So like how to defend yourself from a narcissist, how to how to read the signs of manipulation, all that kind of stuff. So I think as women, we are so generous, and we kind of, and I know at least for me in the Justin situation, I'm like, oh, he's not treating me well. Maybe I can lead by example. Maybe I will be kinder. Maybe I will be more generous, and that will put him in a better mood to reciprocate that.
That doesn't work with a narcissist.
I think
It only makes the situation worse.
So I think I'll use chess training to kind of show that we need to be, as human beings first, we need to be strategic, and there's no shame in prioritizing yourself and being strategic with your partner. Because men are doing the same thing. Like Justin, all he does is navigate from a place of strategy.
A place of manipulation.
We know him. It's just for you guys that are new to the show. We have known him for years, so we know the kind of person he is. Because before he came out with the photo of the girl, he said, oh, the day before, 12 hours before, he said on his live, oh, I can pose the kids. I'm allowed to pose the kids, but I don't want to do. I want to do that. I don't think so, because of their mental. I don't want them to be bullied. 12 hours later, boom, he posted them. So we know him.
I think that's you.
People that came new to the show, they don't know him. When he says something, we know it's the opposite.
Right.
He wants to do that.
But that's why I'm surprised that he still has fans, because it seemed like even after he posted the kids, I just saw comments on videos where his fans were like disappointed in him or like confused about, it's like, well, how are you posting the kids now if you just raised all of this money and made such a big deal about having them on the internet? And then he started like cussing out his fans.
But then he still has the ones that he's been able to manipulate, twist, and do the most to, that they will just twist everything around. Like some of them were coming with comments like, why are some of you complaining that he's posting the kids? They are his kids anyway. No, they were not KORRA's kids. When KORRA was posting and he was deleting her post, they were not KORRA's kids. Then another one came and said, well, at least his own is just few minutes video, not as long as that of KORRA, that KORRA will keep them on live stream for hours and making them to beg. And I'm like, can you even listen to yourself before, when you're writing that thing? Don't you read it before you click on that send, then post it on the person's page? I'm like, what are you even up to? What are you doing? These people are just weird.
He's like, mind your business, I can do what I want.
Yeah,
he said he doesn't need the guy's approval.
Your permission.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, I'm confused. This man turning on his fans.
They're something already. He's already manipulated. He's already gaslighted them to that point. They don't know their left from their right. And there's something I want to ask. It's a video you posted recently where you were on his back.
That video was funny.
What was that about? And I heard him say, Jiba, this week that I'm not emotional on emotional roller coaster, let's get you started on your chess business. So can you tell me what that was about, please?
Mr. Business Planner. Like, he sounds like he's this person that is always, able to plan and do all of this?
That was me minding my business when this man came and knocked on my door and begged for like a back massage, or begged me to like step on his back. And which I don't really like doing. Like that's something that my dad would like have us do as kids. He's just like a lazy man wants a massage for free. You know.
Just a lazy man wants massage for
so
free.
I'm like
Ella.
Right. So I'm like I did.
Ella.
Yeah, I just did that briefly, but that was just to kind of show.
Sit down and stop jumping because
that
that's
was just
going
to
to make
counter the narrative where it's like, oh, she's obsessed with him, and I'm like, I rarely like this man was so draining that in that house to survive, I really tried to not not even engage conversationally, physically, like nothing. So it's like this man would, and it's also to show I'm like that he is the homeowner, right? It's his place. So I'm like, he is the person who's in control of my quality of life and what's going on in the house and in control of setting boundaries. So I'm like, really, how I didn't feel like I had that much space to say no to things or space to assert myself if he felt comfortable enough asking me for certain things. You know, I'm like, if you have a boundary and if you want someone to be comfortable.
20 stars. Thank you so much for the stars.
Oh, nice. Are my links still not working?
Hustle is real. Gemma says my link still not working. Immediately she had 320 stars. Seriously.
I assume it's just
give Jeba stars too. Jeba is talking, so she deserves her stars. And super. I don't know if she's on YouTube also, but yeah, people that wants to support Jeba, please.
But yeah, I think part of the manipulation thing is like when you mentioned that he said, you know, why would I even post my kids? I think part of it is that he'll come on and like express like fake guilt or like pretend he's conflicted about doing it, and he'll do it anyways. And it's like, oh, this poor man was so reluctant to share his kids, but he did it anyway. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Anyway, how many drinks did he consume per day? So
you see,
he used to just try to buy like single bottles of like cans of like White Claws. And what's this? Activated Stars Party. What is that? Oh, yeah. He used to buy single cans of White Claws and stuff, and then it got to a point where he was like just buying cases of them at a time.
You can imagine, and at the same time, this person comes online, and then he's condemning KORRA, but then he is wasted half of the time of the day. No wonder he didn't have so much job because he spends all his time drinking and drinking and drinking. What is he drinking for? You brought your problem online. Only you know what you wanted to benefit from online. And so whatever is happening, enjoy it. And now he's wasting all his time on alcohol. The time that he will spend to watch over his kids and do something reasonable with his kids, he's just there doing anyhow.
And when I would like try to clean the house, because it would just be all a wreck at once, I remember I had to buy like a bucket essentially to keep in his room so he could throw the cans away so they wouldn't be on every surface, like on his work desk, on the nightstands, under the bed. And so that's funny. And June and I was having her help me clean up because I'm like, this is not my house. This is not like the kids sleep in that room, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna initiate it, but I actually don't want to be cleaning this. So someone's in the house is gonna have to help me. So I had this is June and I literally cleaning up beer can bottles, and like the amount that we threw away, it was.
This is weird. JD will just associate with weird people. What do you mean by somebody in that house needs to help you? If you already helped him to fix his nyash, you know, allegedly you helped him to fix his booty while he was on all fours. Why didn't you go get him to be on all fours while both of you clean together? Why does it have to be Junie that is so little? Why does she have to be the one to follow you to clean bare bottle? I don't care if that's the room where they sleep. This is so silly. Like, wow, some of us said, man. That's something, in fact.
Insane. And this man had them all in his car. Like, he would go take his drinks in his car and be parked outside for like 2 hours, leaving me with childcare, and I would have to text him, or I would have to walk across the street. I'm like, I can see you. You know, and this is, so it was very, he was definitely taking advantage of me in terms of just my availability, given that I lived in the house, right? And sometimes I would feel too guilty to leave, knowing that he's sitting outside pretending to work on his mental health in the car when he's actually drinking and vaping.
You can imagine.
He once wrote to a lady they were exchanging. He told the lady that both of them were confessing to each other that they don't sleep. That one takes Valium, and then he said all he does is take what they call IPAS, an Oregon beer that he drinks every night to knock himself out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not surprised about what you are saying here. I think I've got a star party. Thank you so much for the stars. I will definitely thank you guys after this.
You can.
I don't know what's happening with the coffee.
You can imagine the kind of guts that JD has. The fact that you have yourself knocked out, even though you have the kids around, you will stay in your car drinking and vaping, time that you're supposed to be there playing with your kids, doing some. You're just, and I'm like, so what's that giving you the mind to feel like you're in the position to judge your ex? Because it looks like you are nothing to write home about, you know. So where is that judgment coming from? I don't get it.
And thank you guys. There's a question I want to ask though. He always said that his mom is a saint.
Well,
What role do you think his mom played in all this? Is she playing the role of a saint?
Oh, let me check my fire.
I'm like, I think that's the only woman who could ever satisfy him as a partner. She is his wife. That's the one.
Isn't it always like that? The narcissists, their moms are always another narcissist.
The harassment was literally
that supports all their
pulling the
bullshit.
phone to the side and telling her, "Hey, we're having an issue in this house because it is." Oh, thank you, Tanya. Oh my God, PayPal. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he was. I told her, I'm like, "Hey, this man is calling his ex-wife all kinds of things in this house." And he is, and depending on how angry he is broadening it to all Black women. And I'm like, and I was actually talking to someone yesterday who was staying at the house for a couple weeks when I was there.
Did you hear that?
And we were talking about how he just boldly, in both of our faces, was telling us how Black women are the easiest women to get, easiest to impress. And you know, and Black women have like such low standards. And for me,
can you imagine?
Thinking about it, I'm like, oh,
Can you imagine? And he's saying this to the face of two women of color. Like this description, this rubbish description he's giving, he's doing it right in. And then we still, when you go to his Facebook, immediately he posts. You can count like 10, 15, women of color there commenting absolute rubbish for this idiot.
Just a full cleanse. I'm like, I actually feel so disgusted. Just assuming that he was a decent person with a decent mindset.
So he had no respect. In other words, had no respect for you guys.
No. Black women in general, like this man seems to have such a hatred in his heart towards Black women, but he will not stop pursuing them. And so for me, I'm like, I don't know if it's about, because he felt humiliated by KORRA. He feels the need to try to humiliate every other Black woman he encounters. But it just runs so deep. And I told her, I'm like, this man is reckless, does not even care to close the door that, you know, when he's saying this in front of the kids. And
thank you for the stars.
Yeah, and the mom was just like shocked, right? And the mom was like, you say that in front of the kids? And he did not care. And he was like, yeah, because she is a whore. And I'm like, oh, talking about his ex-wife. And the mom was like shocked. And you can tell like she was disappointed, but she just shut up after that. And I'm like,
no, she was not disappointed. She raised an idiot. She raised an idiot, and she knows that she raised an idiot, and she failed as a mom. So she wasn't even shocked. She just was embarrassed that he would do something like that in front of you, knowing fully well that they cannot trust anybody, that he might have issues with you in the future. and you will spill. And that's exactly what's happening. That's what his mom was worried about, not about whatever. Because trust me, when nobody is there, when those doors are shut, cameras are off, both of them will be sitting down together using all these bad words that they can use to describe people of color. And if those children pisses them off, they will probably even use words that you're not supposed to use to talk to those children indoors. Who's going to sit? Who's going to hear? Who's going to know? Both of them are supporting their peers. So that's what it was, Jedi. She was not surprised. She's exactly like him, if not even worse. So she raised her carbon copy.
Is she kind of treats Justin like that's her husband, and she's trying to not upset their relationship. And so I'm like, if you can say that in front of your mom, then I'm like, then there's,
yeah, they're always like that.
There's
The
no way
narcissists,
them
and their mothers are like husband and wife.
It would be like,
they're not like mother and son.
One person he respects enough to curb his language around his behavior around, and I'm like, nope, clearly not. So that is the behavior. They are like this. And the other person who was staying there too mentioned.
Welcome back, Oyoyo. Did you hear what JD is saying?
Anything else, guys? Any more questions? Any more questions? Syringes. Yes, we believe the syringes.
He definitely did still have syringes. I didn't. What is it called? Did he? Oh, someone said.
Income has tripled, and Facebook really don't give him money.
This man, oh my God. I think him exiting and coming back all the time is what's giving him a boost in income, where people are like worried about him for no reason. But no, while I was there, this man was so stressed about trying to get more clients. And you asked when I was stepping on his back, he was talking about how they knew with the test business. That's because what is it called? That's because that was like the route I wanted to go on social media, where I'm like, I didn't want anything pertaining to him on social media. I'm like, I want to, keep it academic. I don't really have time for this stuff. So he was trying to, I don't know, I guess like string me along and make it seem like he had value to add, even though I was not interested in collaborating with him on any level. But he did ask me to help him get customers. He had lost so many, and it's not because of KORRA. He was telling me that his quality of work had decreased significantly. He was having to apologize to patients. He had to apologize.
What? He's just not good at what he does. It's not about anything that you caused this whole thing. You're a professional. You spent all your time talking nonsense online. The time that you will use to be scouting for clients, advertising your business, growing your website, doing all the things that KORRA used to help you do when you were busy bashing, and now you complain about your quality of what quality? Like quality.
To patient and only charge them $50 for a session when I was there because the house is 50 US.
300.
50.
Did you hear that? Elite clinician. The elite clinician.
$50. And he apologized because the house was so chaotic. There's trying to leave in the middle of the house. The bathroom wasn't clean. One of the kids, somebody pooped in the toilet, didn't flush it. It was just a horrible client experience for that guy. And on top of it, while he's adjusting this man, Justin is literally pulling out his vape, vaping over this man's body, on the man's face down, getting his back adjusted. And I'm like, where's the professionalism?
Are you serious?
So any client he's lost, that man has done it all on his own. And so I saw the guy was leaving, maybe left 30 minutes early or something, and I'm like, oh, that's it. That's a quick session. And he's like, yeah, I apologize. This was this was not up to his standards, and I just charged him $50 and just told him to go. Oh, he charged him $50 to not write a bad review about him. And I'm like, oh, okay, there we go.
Can you imagine?
So that's all he cares about. It's just the online reputation. If there's anything,
you can imagine. So he cannot even that 1 hour or whatever that he needs to just break some bones, pretending that he's adjusting bones. I call it break some bones. He cannot just focus and just do the job. He's busy vaping. Who knows? Maybe he will have a bottle of something there too that he will be drinking, and then he blames every other person, including his ex-wife, for him not getting clients. But he's busy vaping when the client is there waiting for you to do your job. Typical Mr. JD. Blame everybody else but yourself.
Fucking post online negatively about him.
Okay, so he forgot the 250 only because of everything he did. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Honestly. And the fact it should have been free. It's really, if he had common decency and actually wasn't so cheap, it should have been free. Based on, just the kids running around the house during the set. Like, it was disrespectful to his patient.
All right. Wow. Guys, can you hear? This is nothing that Giba has said tonight is surprising to us. Most of us have been following this man or this couple, yes, since the whole thing started. But just for those at the back who refuse to hear, at least now you can hear from somebody like Giba who lived it. She actually lived in the house. She saw it firsthand. Like when Krista came on board, she went there, she saw things firsthand and she did things she did. It's just for you guys, not for we know. We know this. Wow. I want to tell you something. Let me see if people are asking questions. I'm trying to fill the void of no question. Any more questions, please? Please show some love. Show some love. PayPal, stars.
Dana said,
again, the copy link is not working, but I think she has PayPal and of course stars. Okay, recently he showed a man. I think a few days ago, he brought a man. Before he brought this man on, he said, well, I want to bring somebody in, helping fathers, helping dad on this faith, blah, blah, blah. And this man, he said something about taking the kids away from them. The only reason men are not there because they have a penis. And then a few minutes later, there comes this man. One of his kids was hanging here. There were other ones at the back. You could hear the voice. He even said hello to the one on the man's shoulder.
Yeah.
And then asked the boy's age. At some point, I have the man say, go meet your mother. So I'm like, the guy didn't get the memo. He left speaking anyway. But can I tell you what though? That man he brought last year or sometime this year. Somebody said it's this year.
It's this year.
When there was a case going on about when we heard that KORRA was taking some photos that they got from his house to the court. And he quickly came to do damage control as usual. And this is the same family he brought, the same guy he brought.
Yeah, it's not this Renee's brother. I think it's the same person. He will never stop.
Family of 7. And it was like, KORRA, look at how let's to prove to you. Guys, please don't shoot at me. I'm just trying to fill out in. Why you guys bring your questions, please? We're gonna round up soon. And then he brought this guy, said a lot of things. KORRA went to the internet and pick a random kid's photo from the internet to say all that. Unfortunately for her, she picked a popular family's photo. And then the man came in. 2 days, I think the next day, with all the things going on with the information company, as soon as the man came on straight away, the man's there asking for money for electricity for
that guy, okay, that's what he's always doing.
8 hours later, the man came to apologize that sorry that this is the woman he sent to reach out. It was all the con and all that went. Only for this guy to bring him again this time to say he just wanna. I looked at his photo. He looked like a decent guy. He's gonna help dads out there. Blah, blah. But the family were with him.
Yeah.
He thinks that
it was crazy.
The thing with Jade, I just wanted you all to hear this explanation, but that's one of JD's recent live stream. If you go on JD's, you see the live stream that Madam Kim is talking about. So JD thinks that he would say something and then come back some weeks later or some months later and people will forget. People don't forget just like that. People don't forget. And because a lot of people are invested in this story, they will follow you. They follow up. So once you say something and you do something else, they will remind you. And she's right. This guy was same guy that was running his mouth, insulting, doing the most, and trying to bring in his sister into this hot mess. Where the sister said, no, 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 no. I have my own problem also. And I'm still trying to deal with my auntie from where she said South Africa, where that is doing what, that she's not going to put herself in any saga that she does not know. And she kept asking for people to confirm if the photo was the photo of her child. And immediately people said no, it was not, it's not the same photo. She was like, I'm out of here. I'm not dragging anybody, I'm not doing anything like that. So Jade really thinks that people are silly, that people will not remember that it's that same guy that he brought again and screaming that he's helping people. But they're, him and that guy, they're both working together.
I think I just saw something that
So who needed money for electricity? Justin or the dad?
The other dad that's always asking for money.
So the family page is called Del Family of Seven or something like that.
Okay.
But they been online, but he thought that we have forgotten. He forgot that the internet don't forget. He tried to make it as if it just came.
Oh my God.
This guy, he tried to say that they took the kids, man needs support now, everybody can need help, blah blah blah. No kid, but the kids were around him and he has a woman there, so the thing wasn't gelling. Anyway,
wow.
This is me giving information. Sorry guys. And if there's no more questions, we're gonna round up. Anything else you want to tell us so that we can round up? If there's no more questions, I think I'm scrolling down to check if people have got questions to ask.
Okay, let's wait and see if there's any question, and then
have you got any question on your end? Can you see any question on your end? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Let me see. Oh, there is a Justin lover named Marta John. Justin is a really nice person. Any other person would have kicked you out a long time ago. Okay. I mean, he didn't. Well, I stayed as long as I did because he was getting free childcare. So, yeah, sure. Any decent person who actually had an issue with me, yes, would have kicked me out. But this was
you need to ignore such. I'm just a suspended one. You need to ignore such people. They are distracting you. They will never. This life is not for them. I actually think it's Justin. He has so many fake pages.
People always say this.
Some of the people that give you negative is him in a fake page.
And that's why I was so stressed when I left, because there was a level of emotional sympathy and emotional investment I made in this man, where I'm like, wow, this man is suffering. Social media is really doing a number on his mental health. And then
he brought himself on social media. Which one is he suffering? He's not suffering.
So I'm like,
he just didn't think it to play out this way.
That man is not even a real human.
But have you noticed though, the man you heard him when he said, "Oh, my children are not supposed to be on social media. They're not for views and blah or make money." And after all those, that voice you heard, his voice was excerpt from different videos of him, about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then after that, he brought them and said, "Oh, I won't be posting them much, but something are too good." So when he was asking people to go and report the ex-wife, does it mean they're wearing cute photos?
Right. And he said if anybody posts them, report them. So I hope his followers have.
He didn't even report anybody. He reported only
if
her.
It's still up, I'll go and report it. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You just gotta follow directions if that's what he wants. Oh, thank you, Lorianne. Oh, somebody bought. Oh, it's pizzas. Yes, somebody bought me 3 pizzas. Thank you.
Months later, she bought a 1.6 million. Yes, we understand it's mortgage, but you have to have substantial deposit to get a 1.6 million house and buy yourself with all this. So you can make it here. Like I said to you all the time, you need to show your presence. Your followers are increasing, but for you to get them involved, you have to come on. Even if you don't do live, you put like simple things. Once you get your niche, you can cook simple food. You talk about yourself, talk about your day.
Yeah, you know what?
Don't have to talk about him.
I think I'm gonna be doing that because there's like fun things I want to explore. Like I'm bad at cooking, so I think it would be very funny for me to have a cooking channel.
It's even good when you're bad at cooking. If you notice, most of the time I'm not ready when I'm here. That is what makes me unique. People want to make everything to be spotless and all that. I'm not like that. I'm not that organized. So when you actually make a mistake, people come and talk about your mistake and correct you. You learn from it. You can turn
it's called engagement.
That's all I can say.
I am.
Don't let people chase you out of here. Be here to.
And he was kind of trying to entertain her, but not watching. And he went out and bought a bottle of whiskey or some sort of hard liquor. I want to say whiskey. And was like drinking with this lady and trying to get me to partake. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to meet your female guest. Um, and while this was happening, oh, he was trying to tell the kids to go to sleep. And they were just not, they were just in the living room. And he left a cup of his whiskey, or he left his whiskey glass like on a table. And Athena starts walking towards it. And I'm like, hey, are you going to say something about this? She's a very curious girl. Starts walking towards the glass, picks it up. He says nothing still. And this little girl fully takes I don't want to say it's a shot.
Whoa.
But then literally drink this man's alcohol. And he's like, no, she won't. She knows when it's daddy's cup. She knows not to drink it. But she picked it up, and this time she was feeling like a 2-year-old, feeling curious about the world. So he watched his daughter take a shot of alcohol, and instead of actually being appalled and like stopping her, he's like, oh, I didn't think she would actually do it. Like, was just surprised. And I'm like, everything about this man, I'm like,
the supernatural world that comes to complain about what's wrong with society.
Honestly, and that
some
is,
of the
that
things
is why I'm like, I felt
some of the things we're hearing is really, really shocking. JD that condemns KORRA up and down, right, left, and someone that sits and allow his child to take, Jeba didn't say beer, but some type of, so it's actually something else. But you actually allowed the 2 years old to actually down that thing, or at least it is well, or from putting the little one in the bathroom alone with running water to allow. There is nothing this man has not done. And what about the ones that Jeba is yet to mention? It is absolutely shocking.
compelled to be more. I don't know. Felt compelled to do more than I signed up for. It was because I'm like, you can't just have your child drink whiskey. Like, what are you doing?
A
So
2-year-old.
2-year-old fully drank it. And I'm like, and her name is Athena. She's a powerful baby, okay? So
the goddess of war and wisdom.
Exactly. But instead of spitting it out like she's so strong, and she was like, it was disgusting, but then she just took it. I'm like, this girl.
The other day he was describing her as ferocious and bullying other kids as well. I'm like, you're teaching her how to box. You are knocking her about, and you are using that. You can say your child is fierce, but I don't think that ferocious was the right description.
But that's how when white people kind of, what is it? They give themselves an excuse for how they what is it called? They adultify black girls and black women. That's what they use. It's like, oh, they use your strength against you. So he's like, oh, she's so strong, ferocious, and kind of that is his excuse for not fully supervising her.
A lot of
she can do it on her own. I'm like, she's 2 years old. She should not be, your 2-year-old should not be drinking alcohol, buddy. So yeah, that is the kind of stuff that I had to put up with. And the girls who were at the house who were watching this chaos, because they have something that they're actually trying to gain from him, they are not saying anything, and they're complicit in it, which is why I'm like, somebody here has to have integrity. Somebody here has to, definitively say that this is inappropriate.
Well, this could be termed the child endangerment then.
Yes.
Taking a few shots of hard liquor, whether whiskey or vodka or whatever.
The thing is, only heaven knows where Jay finds this kind of people that will see something like this and several other stuffs that Jeba didn't mention, and they didn't say anything. Just for what? 5 minutes pleasure, 5 minutes pleasure, or what? Like, what's the excuse? Like, you clearly see this person just misbehaving, and his kids are very little, and you have opportunity to say something because you're right there in the home with the person. You people are partying or whatever you people are doing, having orgies or whatnot, but you can say something. When you see something, say something. And they just acted like they didn't see anything, that a 2 years old was, that was not even a beer, but something as strong as that. It is. Oh, wow.
It's endangerment.
Yeah. Hard alcohol, the kids not being bathed, the kids just developing cavities if he's not brushing their teeth, all of that. So yeah, there you have it. That is my sympathy was taken advantage of, but I still love those
How
girls
difficult it is to
because
just wake up in the morning
For
and
those
clean the
people who
mouth of
are at
those
the back
kids.
that still defend this man, call him the best dad and all that. I think you guys have heard. For me, though, if that's what he want to do with his life, but the thing is, for him to come and face the camera while telling blatant lies, and we also know that he's telling lies. There are people that are smart about their lies, but he's telling lies, and everybody knows he's lying, and he keeps lying. That actually gets, I don't understand.
But I think it's because he still has a platform, and maybe he hasn't lost followers. Like it seems like he still feels very comfortable knowing that he will have support no matter what. People are still tuning in. And
Yeah, he did say that majority, about 90% of his followers are black people. That it's business. They volunteer,
really?
yeah, so it's business. So they are the one giving him money. Well,
black people are giving him. That's crazy.
But the thing is that their business said if his own people can volunteer to follow him, he will also take them. He will use them for content and all that. So
I remember he said that, but
to me because this man laughed.
JD doesn't really care. He just says whatever he wants to say. Who do you even blame at this point? Those set of people that hear things like this and they're still stuck over there commenting and praising him and judging KORRA, but then when it comes to JD, they don't see anything wrong in what he's doing. So it just shows you the kind of people that these set of people are, you know.
Black people's lifestyles, especially like Black Americans and Africans, because he'll make fun of how Black people have no financial control or poor financial management. Where it's like, oh, we have Black people. I barely have any Black patients because Black people can't afford my services. This man said that to me. Black people can't afford my services, but most of the people who are financially supporting him are Black. That is crazy. I was hoping that
he's just talking all of this nonsense just to make himself feel important. That's something that is common with these Muzungu. They always, a lot of them, majority of them always feel empty. Like, so they like to attach themselves to something to make them feel important. Something that a reasonable person would not even think of. That's what they will hold on to. For him, is being a chiropractor. And it is funny that he thinks that being a chiropractor is a high up, something that is high up there. If people will do a little bit of just research and history and whatnot, I always tell people, I said, before you talk, before you start talking, oh, how black with this, how black with that, and whatnot. Come on, man. In Africa, we've been doing this. We've been doing this like forever, like even putting the child on the back. It's now that the rest of the world is trying to catch up. It's now that there are orthopedic doctors and whatnot is now advising that you see this practice that Africans do, that they put their kids from when they are little on their back, and when you do it, people laugh. And you just look at them and shake your head like, that's why you people always have bone issues and problems and everything that other people don't get. Even people that are older than you can still move and jump around in Africa, but you go outside the continent, you're seeing people that are not even old. They have so many issues: knee not working, ankles not working, waist broken, everything. Deliosa, according to Greek, Greeks, it's finished. Deliosa, finished. So it is really strange because JD will just talk all this nonsense and he's a chiropractor. Now they gave it a name. I'm a chiropractor, and in his mind, he has arrived. This is something that has been there right from time in Africa. The old women's and the old men's, and it's passed down from generation to generation. All this massage and this, they leave all these fanciful nonsense names that they gave to these things. All these things are not new. All these things are not new. I saw a video where a Mzungu was doing, and he was talking about this red oil, and I was just like, people don't know yet, people don't this, and he was mentioning a lot of stuff about red oil. How long people in Africa have been making this oil? How long people been using this? But the thing is, people like JD will still come out and want to run their mouth, even though he doesn't even know what he's doing, and he wants to act like he has arrived. I bet go sleep, Joe.
He grew up on food stamps, so he has no rights.
I'm talking about afford his services. Does he have any services?
Yeah, he makes fun of Black people for it's like for them being stupid. Like he thinks Black people are stupid for supporting him, but he will still sit there and collect that money.
You know what I don't understand though?
ones that are supporting him.
But since whatever, he was only attracted to black women. So if he hates them too much, why is it just because of the business?
To use them.
Use
It's
them?
ahead now.
I don't understand.
I think
What else?
and this is again why I feel so dirty about being intimate with this individual, even though it was, I feel like no more than like 3 times, because like the earth, if he's an empty vessel, there's nothing that you're getting from being with him, right? So it's like, but
Hi.
what did you say?
So
Oh jeez, wait, what did you just say? Sorry, I just forgot.
I said, how can he say
He's
only attracted to black people, yet hates them and treats them badly?
So I mean, the problem that we had in the house for so long is him just saying like, oh, it's not a fetish that I have for black people. I'm like, it's definitely not respect. Like, it's definitely not from a human point of view that he's seeing them. And I think it's really a slave master mentality where it's like,
he sees black women as cash cows.
Yeah, literally cash cows and actual cows who are just giving birth for him and just feeding his kids.
The thing is, one of those things is the way God created people of color. It really makes these Muzungus to be shocked. Even their women, not just the men. Most times when you see some of these of our people, they're like, whoa. There are certain things that we don't even reason, and they're like, how did God even make it? People, I remember going to a dentist, and she was like, "Who? Do you know? If I didn't work during when I was doing my medicine, she worked with a doctor that was a dentist that was a person of color, and that's how the person taught her how to, work on people." And she said, "You people," and I was like, "What do you mean? We have this thing." Teeth in our mouth, you people have the same, So how difficult? I said to pull out a tooth from you people and to pull out a tooth from my people, I can pull out 2-3 persons before I pull out one, because you people are your dentition, your everything is just so different from ours, stronger. And then she was, and this is a dentist. So there's a lot that goes into this. In terms of people like JD, they look at and they don't really look at it. They're like, the complexity of what they don't understand. That's what just overtakes them, and they're like, yo, I want to go for this. But it is not coming from a place of genuine love and you seeing somebody, liking the person, falling in love with the person. No, for them it's not that. It's all about something else. As for JD, it seemed like he really likes sleeping with people. So he wants these people that he knows that they have energy. That they always tell people of color, people are built this way, you people are this, you people are that, you people are very strong, you can understand this. And people that will not oppose to many things that they will want to do and not talk about it because culture frowns against them. They talk about everything. They can just come home and tell anything to them. Well, I went here and we did this and we did that, and they sleep with this one, sleep with that one. And they don't care if they're saying those things in front of their parents, but that's not something a person of color will come out and really talk about, those kind of things. So they know that because the culture does not allow you to say certain things or do certain or act certain ways, they bench on that to start targeting. And I think that's what Jade is doing. And the same thing with, why did you people think that he kept shaming KO? Watch most of these Muzungus that are married to people of color. Once you people have issues, the first thing they want to do is dig up debts on you. And one of those first things they do is to look for how many body counts you have and things like that. Why do they do that? Because they know that the culture always frowns at women more than they do to men. So they always know what they're doing. So as for him, he wants people that he will use and everything, and they will not be bold enough to come out and talk about the horrible experience. Because you want to talk about it, he's not shameful. He's going to spill all you people's dirty secret, all those 50 shades of gray thing you people did in the bedroom and whatnot. He's going to spill everything. So he knows that that's not something that people are willing to, talk about. So he will just bank on that and use that. Do you get?
And so for me, it's like how there were slave masters who, were like disgusted by black people, right? But they would still go and sneak around and try to have their way with black women. So I now I understand when people are calling him that and when people are making those connections. I'm like, oh, that man really has not grown out of that sort of enslaver mentality. And literally, we would have never connected. I'm telling you, if he did not already have black children and already have, like, if he wasn't married to a black woman, because he knows that like his proximity to black women gives him sort of clout and makes other people assume that he respects black people. So I'm like, he is using that relationship with KORRA to get all of these other black women. And so I'm like, I feel sick for that woman. Like, I'm happy she's thriving and living her own life. And I hope she gets full custody so that there's no reason for him to mention her and she can fully move on with her life. But I'm like, the way that this man sees black women, it makes me sick for the women who are actually interested in him. Like, I was not romantically interested in him, but the women who do come to that house and kind of stay there in the hopes of being chosen to be his third world bride. It's crazy.
I think it's because of the persona he presents, though. He knows P. Hilton. He has the knowledge of celebrities and all that. Funny enough, though, do you know that according to news on this new app, it was KORRA that first met Hilton, P. Hilton, the one that he had on his listing, but somehow was pushed towards sideline, and they're now best of friends and all that.
I could see that happening. He does seem like a very shameless man when it comes to networking. That's another thing I'm gonna write on my list, because I actually don't feel like he's worthy of having her as a customer. He does not respect her character at all as a human being, and I think he is playing very reckless. And for me, I'm all about, what's the word? I'm all about consequences, right? So if you want to be bold and you want to share that this is your client, this is your best bud, and you want to use her to impress other women, you want to have her on your dating app, then you have opened that up to people letting Paris Hilton know about it, letting her know your conduct online. Does she know she's on your dating profile? So I think I've been taking it easy with this man. Whichever client's private jet he was on, I feel like should be notified as well, because his clients don't know that he's also using them. It's not just about money. He's not just receiving the payment for the services. He is using their faces for clout online
and the private jet as well to appear rich.
Exactly. So it's like, so he wants to attract gold diggers so he can go on the internet and complain like, these women are just trying to use me for my house and my money. Like, you can't afford the rent on your house. You're using these women.
Then you get a
black woman who accepts now that's potential for some more content. Or that's a woman for you to be photographed with and get engagement with from upsetting fans or for just whatever. So I've been thinking about, like, morally and ethically, if I what my part should be here, and I'm like, this man does not have good ethics, and that is something that I feel like we all have employers that we are beholden to. There's no one to report me to because right now I'm unemployed. I'm on my job hunt. But if you're going to be that bold on the internet and you want to be a public figure and you're using other public figures without their permission, that's on him. So I was thinking about
for me, you do what you feel is right. Why?
Really, at this point, I hope that that JD's friend, that is also a woman of color, that went through so much trauma, where she said her father unalived her mother in front of her, and he made her tell that story twice. Once on Facebook, once on Instagram, and here and there, talking about, kept going back and back. And even when she doesn't say something, you're like, but you forgot this, but you forgot that, but you didn't add this, and all. Hope that woman runs away, that his friend from Belgium, because he's going to show how Wakasheke. Seriously.
Within the law as well. You have to protect yourself. Exactly. And but so I'm like, for that, like his Tinder, that is public. He is sharing that. That's not me, like, going through his diary and disclosing a secret. He publicly has Paris Hilton on there. He knows that. His image is a screenshot that she posted on her Instagram. So it's very obvious. It's very targeted, and it's not just me being bitter about it. Like, it was a clear setup. And I'm like, I think it is up for Paris Hilton to decide if she consented to being part of that setup or not. So I think he will feel the ramifications of his decisions. And I'm tired of him just skirting by because nobody has addressed all of these issues thoroughly. But now that he has so much to say about me and about KORRA still being a bad parent, I think that that's going to get turned back on him.
He doesn't
It's
have
going
any
down.
legs to stand
I
on.
can
He just
get him
people know him
down.
now. I just think his followers are just blinded by hatred because some of those followers, the funny thing about those things is that some of them, you see, some of them were in KORRA's shoes. Let me tell you one story before I go. I think I told you something like that. The woman he was planning with in Canada, then they were one called Rehab Town with Canada, that was advising him to neutralize our environment, that all those evidence that he could claim that it was KORRA, that yes, he reached out to the women first that was doing sexting with him, showing their boobs, but KORRA was one, blah, blah, blah. That woman was was divorced, or the husband divorced her, got full custody of the kids, and kicked her out. She was homeless. But
Can
she's
you
never
imagine?
worked a day in Canada. And then she had to take the ex to the court again to make the man to pay 3 months rent for her to be able to survive. So I'm now thinking, because of now, she had to do that, grovel and all that to do that. But KORRA, in their eyes, they think she's getting it easy. Well, this is not easy life. You have to there is no. That's why they hate her. But that's my theory anyway. Right. Until I'm proven wrong, because I don't see the reason why all those people will see all this thing. This man is being caught in a lie, blatant lies, over and over again. But
Welcome everyone. It's already 1 hour 50 minutes here, and a lot has been. In fact, this is the second part. So if you're just coming, you will not understand much. You have to go back and watch from the beginning, and it's a 2-part live stream. We started with the other one, and you can watch both. So all right, so just go back and watch from the beginning all through to the end. This is let's see, we're at 1 hour 43 minutes and 37 seconds, and the whole video is an hour 56 minutes 43 seconds. So we're almost there.
People are defending on this video. And yes, after all, she's posting there. Why can't he post? Or like, because he
made a big deal about it. That's why he can't.
And it has to be about principle. If you say you don't like something, so what changed? So you're now bringing the kids to the toxic internet. No, he wants to make money. I think the coffee has been drying up now. So I think this is now, the view is now about time to use children to get money for himself.
Yeah, the coffee.
All right, so I have to end this. I just noticed that the device I'm using. But anyway, they're just chit chatting at this point because they've already finished the interview and they're just talking. The device I'm using just showed me that it's gonna go off. But anyway, that's like that's already it. So give me a second. Let me just plug this in so it will not I'm not talking to you. Dramatic kids. She thought I was talking to her. All right, so like I said, we will keep following the story. If you were with us earlier, then you heard Jeba saying that since JD is claiming this, claiming that she's going to, touch ground again with CPS. So it seemed like she already started the process. We don't know what that's about, but it seemed like she's now saying she would show what she just alleged, that JD had turned on water in the bathroom, left baby A inside, and left the home completely, and the water was just running and overflowed and was flowing into his room, and only for her to go wonder that, like, what's going on? Why do I keep hearing water? Walk into the bathroom and see that baby A is there jumping, playing, saying that she's swimming and whatnot, enjoying herself. But that's dangerous because we know that even grown people can actually buy in the bathroom. Somebody can be unalived in the bathroom. I'm not someone that is a 2-year-old. So it seems like all of those evidence are things that Jeba is going to submit next time. In his next word, he will learn not to call somebody that didn't steal from you, because according to her, she said she didn't steal his camera. And if care is not taken, if somebody goes to search JD's home now, that very camera will be found in his home. The same way he said she took his card and she was spending, And then he showed the screen, and people were looking at this like, what are you talking about? The time is not corresponding, because the time you're showing us is the time that she's already left your city. So what? And Jeba came out and tried to explain all of that. So right now we don't know. And you can see on this interview, she was even telling the interviewer, and the interviewer was saying, spill, spill, spill. She said, no, that's not something I can spill here. I would do it privately. So is she going to file something with CPS? You see, just don't mess with some people, because when they look at the whole thing and like you've been doing too much, some people are ready to go low, low, low. I always say this. As a Jane keeps going low, 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 there's somebody that will look at you and say, is that the lowest you can go? I can even go lower than that. And you want to roll like a pig, they will help you, because they too, they don't have shame. And that's what it looks like. Because Jeba is telling her story. She doesn't care where she's guilty or she is not sugarcoating it. She just tells the story and tell you, this is what I did, this is what I did, you know, and man, we don't know what else we're going to see. Okay, we do not know, because trust me, if Jeba goes to file anything and then CPS starts with JD, they start investigating JD, and then JD will come online and start crying. So that's how we're going to know if Jeba has filed something. Okay, now he's pretending that he's ignoring Jeba. I think he finally realized what he's done. He finally realized that he shouldn't have done this, because that was a huge mistake. Because he thought he did it to Lolo, he did it to Frida, he did it to Miriam Awawawo, and he did it to his ex-wife Korra. And these people never came out and speak. Even Miriam, as for Miriam would be on Facebook screaming, do you know what I know? Do you know the documents I have? I have all the documents on this, that, and that. But she's never said anything. She's never called, even though he called her a scammer, called her a fake lawyer, and everything. And so I studied, she only came online screaming, I studied ethics, ethics. How can somebody call you a fake lawyer? You're coming to tell us you studied ethics, ethics, ethics. You also have something on the person. Why didn't you? But no. So I think he got too comfortable, you know. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, we're just going to keep our eyes open and be following all this thing on Facebook, because that's where everything is going down, on Facebook. So we will keep following this story. And it's already 1 hour 56 minutes, almost 2 hours into this live stream. Let me quickly run out of here so it doesn't get to 2 hours on the dot, because when the longer the live stream is, the more people are afraid to watch. Thank you also very much, my queens and my kings. Thank you, thank you. If you're here, you've not subscribed, please subscribe to Trends with Octavia, and I will see y'all on the next one. And remain blessed. Okay. So bye everyone. Thank you so much.